Plant tissue culture.
Hello everyone. Today we are here to talk to you about tissue culture techniques. We are from Biosystems Technology. So, let's start. The techniques of plant tissue culture have largely helped in green revolution by improving the crop yield and quality. The knowledge obtained from plant tissue culture has contributed to our understanding of metabolism, growth, differentiation, and morphogenesis of plant cells.
What is plant tissue culture? Plant tissue culture is the aesthetic culture of any plant part and we draw on an artificially prepared nutrient media and under controlled conditions. Here are some examples: oil palm, banana, date, eggplant, jojoba, pineapple, rubber tree, yam, sweet potato, tomato, orchids, etc.
What is cell? Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. The human body is composed of trillions of cells. They provide the structure of the body, take in nutrients from food, convert those nutrients into energy and carry out specialized functions. What is plant tissue? Plant tissue is a collection of similar cells performing an organized function for the plant. Each plant tissue is specialized for a unique purpose and can be combined with other tissue to create organs such as leaves, flowers, stems, and roots.
Have you heard of the father of tissue culture? In 1907, Ross Granville Harrison, an American zoologist, was able to culture the nerve cells from a frog in solid fish lamp. Because of his contributions to the tissue culture method, Harrison now has the title of father.
I'll discuss the different types of tissue culture methods. Tissue culture is gaining traction as an effective propagation method that embraces cell technology to propagate new plants in artificial environments using tissue fragments from plant media. The different types of tissue culture methods are determined by the kind of plant media used. The following are the most commonly used types of tissue culture processes: callus culture, seed culture, embryo culture, protoplast culture, seed culture, organ culture. Did you know that? Why protoplast culture is essential in plant tissue culture? Protoplast culture techniques are especially important because of their potential application in efforts to improve plant species by self-modification and somatic hybridization. In the next section, I'll show you what are the important terms in tissue culture techniques. What is a special term used for plant tissue in plant tissue culture? The tissue obtained from a plant to be cultured is called an explant. Aseptic technique. Procedures used to prevent the introduction of fungi, bacteria, viruses, mycoplasma or other microorganisms into cultures. Clone. Plant tissue culture produces genetically identical offsprings of the parental plant, ensuring you know what their characteristics will be. Seed culture. Seeds are cultured in vitro to cultivate healthy plants or seedlings. Cell suspension culture. Embryo culture. Embryo culture is the sterile isolation and growth of an immature or mature embryo in vitro with the goal of obtaining a viable plant. Protoplast culture. What is clonal propagation? Multiplication of genetically identical copies of a cultivar by sexual reproduction is called clonal propagation, and a plant population derived from a single individual by sexual reproduction constitutes a clone.
Now let's see what are the examples of tissue culture plant. Oil palm, fruit like banana, pineapple, some ornamental like orchids and roses, spices like ginger and pepper. What is explant in tissue culture? Explant culture is a culture of small pieces of tissues surgically removed from animal tissue or organ. The maintenance of the histotropic architecture and biomedical properties of the cell means it more closely resembles the tissues in vivo than established cell lines. Plant tissue culture is used widely in the plant science, forestry, and in horticulture. The commercial production of plant uses potting, landscape, and florist subjects which uses meristem and shoot culture to produce large number of identical individuals.
Thank you, Madhavi. Now I am going to explain about the tissue culture laboratory. In designing any laboratory, big or small, certain elements are essential for a successful operation. The correct design of a laboratory won't only help maintain asepsis, but it will also achieve a high standard of work. A standard tissue culture laboratory should provide facilities for general laboratory area, sterilization area, transfer area, culture room, washing and storage of glassware and plasticware, and then accumulation of in vitro developed plants. When we say the general laboratory area, it preparation and storage of nutrient media. Transfer area is aseptic manipulation of plant material, and then culture room is maintenance of culture under controlled temperature, light and humidity. I mean observation of cultures, data collection and photographic facilities.
Okay, now let's talk about media components. First of all, let's talk about cell culture media. Cell culture media generally comprise an appropriate source of energy and compound which regulate the cell cycle. So next we will take about tissue culture media. This can be classified into two types, natural and artificial. Natural media consists solely of natural occurring biological fluids. So for this purpose chemically indefinable natural compounds such as vegetable extract, fruit juice and various plants extract are available. An example of artificial medium is White's medium, Morishik and Scoop medium, Gambok medium, N6 medium, Niche and Niche mediums, and last one is Densmere and Scoop medium. Okay, let's talk about media components next. Plant tissue culture media should generally contain some or all of following components. Inorganic substances such as macronutrients and micronutrients. The macronutrients is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. And the essential micronutrients for plant, cell, and tissue growth include iron, manganese, zinc, boron, and molybdenum. Organic nutrients include such as vitamin, amino acid, carbon, and energy sources, and refined organic supplements. Other one is growth regulators. Plant growth regulators are important in plant tissue culture since they play vital roles in stem elongation, tropisms, and optical dominance. So last one is sliding agents. The hardness of the culture medium greatly influenced the growth of cultured tissues. So there are a number of gelling agents such as agar, agarose, and gelling gum.
Hello everyone, here I am going to discuss about advantages and disadvantages on tissue culture technique. This is a very fast propagation technique. We can take high mass propagation from a cell in around the year. And also we can produce diseases-free plants like virus-free propagation, and new varieties can be speed up because of this technique. Then let's see about disadvantages. This technique required experienced laborers, equipments, media, raw material, and setup are expensive. So we have to cost money. And also all the plants are genetically same and it has high possibility to contaminate. That's about disadvantages. So let's see about traditional agriculture was plant tissue culture. In traditional agriculture, we have to cultivate according to environmental factors. But with the tissue culture technique, we can cultivate and harvest round the year under controlled conditions. In conclusion and recommendation, I would like to explain tissue culture is one of the most important part of applied biotechnology. In the coming decades, the world's population will increase more and accommodation space. Agricultural lands will decrease significantly. Increase capital availability of food by tissue culture process easily. Keeping this in mind, we have to ensure a peaceful, healthy and hunger-free green world for our next generation. For doing this, there is no alternate of plants tissue culture. And also, a lot of people think about this technique is very complex. But in India, people are doing indoor tissue culture cultivations with the help of a cardboard box. So there are some courses and degree program in Sri Lanka. So we can follow them and we can share information via the social media to motivate people about this technique. This is end of our presentation and here I am attached some references to find more details. Thank you.
Are there any questions about this presentation? Please drop us an email on uwbbst18group10@gmail.com and we would be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Recommendations and references.
Thank you.